As the sun sets over America, a dark cloud looms over the nation's financial future. You see, the once promising dream of a car ownership has turned into a nightmare for millions of Americans as the hue and cry of the car loan crisis grows louder by the day. Yes, for too many hard-working Americans, buying a car has become a trap, a never-ending cycle of debt that threatens to consume their financial future. You might have seen that the allure of low monthly payments and easy credit has lured countless unsuspecting buyers into agreements that they can't afford, leaving them drowning in a sea of interest rates, penalties, and repossession threats. As the crisis deepens, families are being torn apart, dreams shattered, and lives ruined. With each passing day, the anxiety and stress of mounting car loan debt builds, creating a sense of hopelessness and desperation that threatens to engulf the nation. So why is this happening, and what can we do about it? Let's see. Let's begin with the root causes. Number 1. Subprime lending practices. Subprime lending practices are loans given to people with low credit scores or even no credit history. These loans often come with high interest rates and hidden fees, making it difficult for borrowers to pay them off. And what do we see in the end? Yes, borrowers find themselves stuck in a cycle of debt that they can't seem to get out of. And that is a pretty ugly space to be in. But it's not just the borrowers who are affected. Lenders are also feeling the brunt of subprime lending practices. When borrowers default on their loans, lenders lose money, leading to a chain reaction that can destabilize the entire car loan industry. Next comes number 2. High interest rates. High interest rates may seem like a small issue, but they have a major impact on the lives of millions of Americans. These loans come with a price, interest rates that can climb as high as 20% or more. This means for every dollar you borrow, you have to pay back significantly more interest. When you add up the cost of the interest over the life of the car loan, it can add up to tens of thousands of dollars. This makes it incredibly difficult for people to keep up with their monthly payments, which can lead to missed payments, defaults, and even repossession. Number 3. Long loan terms. Long loan terms are one of the main root causes of the car loan crisis. These terms often extend beyond the useful life of the car, which means that you're still making payments on a vehicle that's no longer valuable. This leads to negative equity, where you owe more on your car than it's worth, and that can be a slippery slope to financial ruin. But that's not all. Long loan terms often come with high interest rates, making the overall cost of the loan significantly higher, which we mentioned just before. So yeah, you could say most of these are quite related to each other. Number 4. Easy credit access. Easy credit access has become a major problem in America, leading to a growing car loan crisis. Many people are falling into the trap of taking out loans they can't afford, and it's causing anxiety and stress for many families. The problem starts with the ease of getting credit. Lenders are offering loans to people with lower credit scores and making it easy to finance cars. As a result, many people are buying cars they can't afford, and it's causing a huge debt burden. Number 5. Lack of financial literacy. Now, this is something I would say is the most crucial factor of all. Trust me. Let's face it, most people don't have a good understanding of financial management. We don't know how to budget, we don't know how to save, and we certainly don't know how to invest. This lack of knowledge and skills puts us at risk of making bad financial decisions, including taking on car loans that we can't afford. Many people believe that a bigger and more expensive car will make them look successful, so they opt for a loan with high interest rates and a long repayment period. They don't realize that these loans come with hidden fees and charges that add up over time. They don't consider the fact that a car is a depreciating asset, which means that it loses value over time. The result, you know. Number 6. Depreciation of car value. As we just said, depreciation plays a huge role. Think about it. You buy a car, and the moment you drive it off the lot, it starts losing its value. A year later, it's worth even less. And yet, you still owe the same amount of money for your loan. Sound familiar? As the value of your car drops, so does the collateral that the lender has for your loan. If you default on your payments, they can't sell the car for as much as they lent you, which leaves them at a loss. That's why they charge higher interest rates for longer loan terms to mitigate their risk. Number 7. Economic instability. You see, as the economy fluctuates, so do interest rates. When interest rates are high, borrowing becomes more expensive, and when they're low, borrowing becomes easier. Unfortunately, this instability can cause borrowers to take on more debt than they can afford, which leads to defaulting on their loans. Moreover, with the rise of inflation, the cost of living has gone up, making it more challenging for people to keep up with their car loan payments. This economic instability has led to a vicious cycle of people borrowing more and more to make ends meet, causing an increase in loan defaults and repossessions. And finally, we have number 8, lack of regulatory oversight. If you don't know what's happening around you, lenders are able to prey on vulnerable individuals with high interest rates and unfair loan terms. And this has led to a surge in subprime lending, where individuals with poor credit are given loans they can't afford. As a result, many are defaulting on their car loans and facing repossession. The lack of oversight also allows for predatory practices such as loan packing, where unnecessary add-ons are added to the loan without the borrower's knowledge or consent. So with the current economic climate, it's more important than ever to ensure that proper regulations are in place to protect consumers from financial exploitation. Now, what can we do about this? Well, if you remember, we first talked about subprime lending practices, right? So it's clear that stricter regulations need to be put in place to prevent subprime lending practices. Lenders also need to be more transparent with borrowers about the terms of their loans. If you are in debt because of a car loan, it's important to take action before it's too late. Talk to your lender about restructuring your loan, or seek the help of a financial advisor so that you can sort it out far easier. Now that we've understood the true extent of the car loan crisis, what can we do about it? The first step is to acknowledge the severity of the problem. Accept it. If you're struggling with car loan payments, don't hesitate to seek help. Many organizations offer free or low-cost financial counseling to help you get back on track. Next, consider refinancing. If you have a high-interest car loan, refinancing could help you lower your monthly payments and reduce your overall debt burden. Shop around for better deals. Don't assume that your current lender is offering you the best deal. Shop around and compare rates to find the most affordable option. Most of us really don't put effort into looking around for more time to find a better deal. Next, consider alternative forms of transportation. See, if you're really struggling to keep up with your car payments, consider other options like carpooling, public transportation, or biking to work. Trust me, it really helps. Finally, don't be afraid to speak out and advocate for change. By raising awareness of the car loan crisis and putting pressure on lawmakers and lenders to address the issue, we can work together to find a solution that benefits everyone. Anyway, consider the ripple effect of this crisis. As more and more Americans struggle to keep up with their car payments, they fall further into debt, impacting their credit scores and overall financial well-being. And as the auto industry continues to push out flashy new models with price tags to match, it's clear that the car loan crisis is far from over. Now, what you can do is help those who are struggling to stay afloat. And remember, the clock is ticking and the stakes are high. Let this be a call to action to reevaluate our priorities and consider the impact our car-centric culture is having on our wallets and our communities. It's time for change now.